Once it is done, we'll not do any changes in between. But in Agile, we'll happy having changes in the step each and every module. This is what I understand, Indra.
Okay. So you would have been covered. There are two areas. One is the customer collaboration and the how frequent, I mean, the working software. Yeah.
Got it, Indra.
Yeah. Yuvraj. Yuvraj, you there? No? Okay. Ayushi?
Okay, good morning, sir.
Yeah.
My
Morning.
topic is Agile. So basically, Agile is iterative and incremental model where the changes can be done at any point. Basically, iterative word itself says as redefining and improving. So with that reference, if the client wants to make any changes in between, so with that reference, we can make any changes in between before deploymenting the software. Basically, if we talk about the mobile application, let's suppose the home page is built, then if any changes is required, then we can be doing it in between and then releasing it. So in Agile, basically we develop the software into bits and pieces and release those bits and pieces when it gets complete. Not we don't talk about whole software in that reference, in agile references.
Okay. Okay. All right. So let me give you the okay. Understood. So just 1 second, not mine. Just 1 second. All right. So what I can do, I'll give quick walkthrough. Okay, I'll give quick walkthrough. Here and one more thing. Tomorrow, can we join at 5:50? 10 minutes prior. Tomorrow we are going to give you the okay. Tomorrow we are going to give you the what is that Jira access. If you can complete the mocks by 6 o'clock, we can complete our class by 7:45. Only for tomorrow. I don't require any other more extensions.
Yes, sir, we can
Yeah,
join.
just 10 minutes
Definitely,
prior.
sir. Sure.
Only for tomorrow. Yeah. All right. So there are some confusions around in the waterfall and agile. I'll walk through. So let me come back to the main screen. I'll stop sharing so that you will understand. So what did I said yesterday? Waterfall. Waterfall is nothing but please understand for the 5 minutes. Okay, waterfall is nothing but water will come from the upstream to downstream. Okay, upstream to downstream is nothing but there is no overlaps or there is no changes will happen. At the beginning of the project, I have set up that hey, I want to reach from Hyderabad to Bangalore. That is what the start time is Hyderabad, the journey time is 12 hours, the reaching time is Bangalore. This is the arrival and the destination. So what happened is if that this project is into the waterfall methodology, what is the scenario? I don't have any breaks in the middle. There is no overlaps in the stages. I will start from Hyderabad. I will end by within the timelines. I will reach by Bangalore. So here also what happens way back in 1990s, 2000, 2010, still there are 20% of the projects are into the waterfall methodology. What happens here in the waterfall methodology is they will go by at the beginning of the stage itself. All the projects requirements are there. They sorry, yeah. At the beginning of the stage, what happens? All the projects requirements they will fix. Okay, we are going to deliver the feature 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They will fix first. That is what the step 1 they do. Then what will happen? They are going to do the planning, analysis, and requirement gathering for the entire project. They will do for the, let's say this project is for the 12 months. Entire project they will go for the entire project they will go for the what is that complete documentation. What needs to be done? What are the features? What are the functionalities? Everything they are going to talk. So once it is done, then next step will go to the design. So designs also will happen. They will go by the step-by-step execution only. There is no overlap. Now the second one we are talking about is the deliverables will happen at the end of the project only in waterfall methodology. When the deliverables happens at the end of the project, the stakeholder collaboration is very minimal. Very minimal is nothing but okay, stakeholder collaboration is very minimal is nothing but till the designs the stakeholders are in sync with the service providers. After that, the stakeholder has to wait till end of the product delivery. End of the timeline, the stakeholder has to wait. So the customer collaboration is very less there. Now we are talking about is the feedback. So the feedback, what happens as soon as they deliver the working software, then only the feedback will happen. When they are delivering the working software, they are delivering at the end of the product, end of the timelines, end of the project timelines. So the risk, see what happens, the feedback, everything will happen at the last only. Now the major drawback with the waterfall methodology is once the project kickstarts, it is not possible to do any additions because they will kickstart from the scratch. Okay, they will kickstart from the step by step execution only. If you want to add any of the new changes, that is the huge expensive or huge time taking process. And one more thing we talk about is since they follow by the step by step execution, huge documentation. Okay, huge documentation takes place. Are you clear? Are you clear, Harshita?
Yes, sir, following.
Yeah, this is the one. Now the second one I'm talking about is Agile. So here what happens? We said like a step by step execution. But here what happens? Any of the application it is a complex requirement. Here in the Agile we said like we are following the concept of the sprint. What is the sprint? We will deep dive. No need to worry. Just I give the example. The
Time bound.
duration. Yes, sprint is a time boxed event. The duration is 1 to 4 weeks. In my current organization, we are following the 2 weeks of the sprint. Okay, in my current organization, we are following 2 weeks of the sprint. Now the next one we are talking about is okay. Now the next one we are talking about is so this is the one area. So what is the scenario? Since we are not following the entire complete end-to-end project, the product owner is going to break down or slice down into the small number of epics. Mobile app application is the complex one. He's going to create the multiple epics. So what happens? Each and every epic he's going to slice down further into the stories. Here in the Agile, we follow the concept of the sprint. Agile works on the iterative and incremental is nothing but iterative is nothing but same kind of approach. If I am the developer, I'll pick up let's say some XYZ user story. What I will do within the 2 weeks, I will do the quick analysis, quick coding. Once the coding is done, I'll move it to the QA. So by end of the 2 weeks, what will happen? We are delivering the small portion of the working software. When we are delivering the small portion of the working software, what happens? We are inviting the stakeholder for the review. When we are inviting the stakeholder for the review, what will happen? We get the feedback each and every end of the sprint. Any feedback that we come, we will accommodate immediately because the new sprint will kickstart tomorrow. There is no gap between the sprint to sprint. So this is what the beauty of the Agile, and the throughout the process we collaborate with the stakeholder. Now apart from that, we are going to talk about the stakeholder satisfaction is very high because as soon as we deliver some XYZ work, we are inviting the stakeholder and we are giving the review with the stakeholder. We are getting the instant feedback. Now the greatest advantage is any changes needs to be done. Whether we are at the beginning of the stage, mid of the project or end of the project, we are going to welcome the changes. And the second one is we don't give the much priority. The other one is we don't give the much priority to the working software here in the Agile. Sorry, documentation is in the Agile. The top priority we can give here in the Agile is working software. Each and every end of the sprint, how much work that are we do that we have picked up, by end of the sprint they are going to expect we are going to deliver the working software. These are the key differences between the waterfall and agile. Are you clear? Yeah.
Yes, yes.
So before I share the screen, I will give the small differences between the waterfall and agile. If I can share the screen, what will happen? You can see them. You are thinking, okay, what is happening? Okay. Okay, let me think. So when we are talking about, let's say Harshita is the stakeholder. Let's say she want to build some XYZ application. Her application is requirements are fixed. Sh- She don't care about what are the market dynamics. Okay, she don't care about the market dynamics. The requirements are fixed. Okay, her thought process is far better than the market dynamics. She no need to worry about the market competition because her application requirements are fixed. Her application is what is that far better than when compared to the competitors. Such kind of the projects are suitable for the waterfall. So waterfall projects are nothing but when any given point of the time, when the requirements are fixed, when the requirements are fixed, well defined projects, government projects, construction projects, manufacturing projects, legacy projects. Legacy is nothing but old projects. Such kind of the projects will comes under the waterfall methodology. If you see here any of the government projects, are you going to get the chance? Let's say income tax portal. Let's take out the income tax portal. Income tax portal, they may change once in a year. Correct. So such kind of the projects, they are going to go for the waterfall methodology because their requirements are fixed. Okay, because their requirements are fixed. All right. Now the second one we are talking about is, let's say the requirements are fixed, their requirements are well defined, and their applications are far better than the market dynamics. They are good to go for the waterfall methodology. Let's say construction projects also. Let us take about the construction. If I want to build any of the house, I will go by the step by step execution only. There is no overlaps will happen. Got you? There is no overlaps will happen. So such kind of the projects will come for the waterfall. Agile is nothing but Agile is nothing but now the current market dynamics are very drastically changing. If you see here, every mobile nothing less than 50 to 70 mobile apps. Any of the application because the world is running on the apps. If I'm sitting on my home and everything everything I'll receive at the home. Okay, just in a click away. As soon as I go ahead and place the order within the timeline, whatever the timelines that they are providing, within that I'm getting the orders. So here, if you see what kind of the projects are suitable for Agile is evolve is nothing but we are keep on we are keep on setting up the benchmark for the market dynamics. We are keep on setting up the requirements for the market dynamics. Frequent changes because we are not going to predict who are going to bring the most advanced application. Correct. Okay. When the stakeholders want the deliverables in the sprint wise, they don't want to wait for the till end of the project. Such kind of the projects we are good to even go for the agile. There is one more scenario here. I have mentioned unclear requirements are nothing but let's say Anjali want to build some XYZ application. She's just having the thought process, but she don't know how this application is going to turn. Such kind of the projects also we can go for the agile because within the 2 weeks, 3 weeks we are delivering the working software. They will understand okay how this application is how this application we can execute. Got you? When the requirements are fixed, such kind of the projects will go for the waterfall. When the requirements are evolving and incremental, we can go for the agile. Simple. Okay, these are the differences. Till now, you are clear? Are any questions, please?
So something in Agile, modern development applications
Hmm.
happens in Agile.
Hmm.
So there we can do whatever the changes we required, and some innovation we can do in agile, right? Compared to waterfall. Waterfall something it is in a traditional method of process,
Right.
right?
You are right. So whatever the changes is nothing but based upon the market dynamics. Let's say we are working for XYZ. Okay. So within what is that? So within so within what is the timelines? Let's say as of sudden you can see the some huge changes here at your competition. You are good to bring into your application upfront. Got you? Yeah, you are right. Okay. Now, now the second one is we are going to talk about the we are going to talk about the what is the agile. Today we are going to talk about the agile values and principles. If you are able to today topic and yesterday topic is the foundations. Just by looking at the today's topic, don't get panic. Why I'm using the word? Because we are going to talk about the 16 lines of that execution. Four values and 12 principles we are going to talk, but they are the basic one only. Please understand, you are not going to learn everything in a one go. We are just doing the baby steps. It is very critical to understand the step by step execution. Clear on this? Now, don't get panic by looking after that. Hey, what are this? How can I remember this? All these things. For everything, I'm going to help you with the sticky notes when you are appearing for the interview. I'm going to share you the all the shortcuts how to prepare them. Okay, how to prepare them. No need to worry. These are the basics. These are the basics. No need to worry. Okay. So here if I see, I'm okay. There are in Agile there are four values and 12 principles we are having. Okay, four values and 12 principles we are having. So what are the four values? If you can see here, day to supporting documents, I will upload you. Okay. There are four values are there. If you can see here, individuals and interactions over process and tools, customer collaboration over contract negotiation, working software over comprehensive documentation, responding to change over following a plan. Just focus. You no need to worry whether you are understanding or not. Just understand the overview. I'll give you the each and everywhere I'll give you the example. Just understand the step by step. If you can prepare, let's say today you are going to prepare three or four values. You are clear. Tomorrow you are going to prepare three or four. If you can target for the next 3 days, you will clear all these things. And every day we are having the clarification session. Any challenges, please come back. Don't get afraid for today topic. Okay. You see here, please understand the basic ones. Everywhere they have mentioned over. Why they have mentioned over? Because here in the Agile, we are giving the priority to the left hand sides. Okay. We are giving the priorities to the left hand sides are nothing but here in the Agile, we are giving the more priority for the individuals and connects collaboration. And the second one is please understand, no need to buy heart. In Agile, we are giving the more priority to the peoples and connects collaboration. Here what happens? Working software, each and every end of the sprint, everybody look after we are going to deliver the working software. Throughout the journey, we are going to collaborate with the customer. Agile promotes the changes any stage. These are the four differences. If you look at the other side, if you see here, we are giving the priority to the peoples for the connects and the interactions. We are not strictly reliant on the specific projects process. As soon as the new requirements will come, we will jump in. We no need to rely on the completely into the process and the tools. Here in the working software, we don't care about the documentation here in the Agile, but we are giving the top priority to the working software. I'm not saying that these right hand side are very important. Without tools and the process we are not going to execute, but we are giving the more priority, that's it. Working software, you see here, instead of writing the 10 pages of the documentation, by the time I'll pick up the some execution XYZ. Okay, some XYZ I can deliver. This is how it works. Now the next one we are talking about is now the next one is customer collaboration. So here what happens, as soon as we start delivering the XYZ functionality, by default the next upcoming enhancements will come to us. So instead of following the strict plan, we are going to give the more priority to the changes anytime. This is just the basic idea. I'm deep diving now. Just focus. Don't get by heart. Just understand the pattern. So hope did you guys watch the yesterday's I have shared one documentation, right? Sorry, this day one supporting documents. Please watch them. Please don't by heart. Today you feel that more overburden to you, but trust me, these are the basics. As soon as the days progress, you will relate with them. Just focus. We no need to by heart. Just focus. Okay. Now from the tomorrow onwards, our practical journey will happen. First 2 days are the basics and fundamentals. So please understand individuals and interactions. Okay. Who are the individuals? We. Who are the Scrum team? Can anybody tell? Who are the Scrum team?
Us, we.
Scrum Master, Product Owner, and the dev team.
Developers. Correct. Scrum Master, Product Owner, Developers. We are the Scrum team. How are we doing the follow up here in the Agile? We are following the concept of the sprint. Correct. We are following the concept of the sprint. Whether it is the duration of the sprint is 1 to 4 weeks, we follow 2 weeks of the sprint. So now what happened here is the concept is very simple. We are the Scrum team. We are going to interact internally together along with the stakeholder. So here we are, let's say, instead of relying on the rigid work, step-by-step execution. Hey, I'm going to work for the next 3 months, next 4 months on the login functionality. Instead of working on the silos, here in the Agile, we are giving the top priority for the collaboration among the team members. We are the Scrum team. We are going to collaborate. We are going to interact with the stakeholders and the stakeholders. So what are the advantages that we are having? Let's say we are connecting with the internally. Let's say here I can see Ajinkya is a developer. He picked up some XYZ user story. In the middle of the sprint, he got some blocker. In the middle of the sprint, he started working on the user story, but he got some blocker. He's good to go ahead and meet the senior. He's good to go ahead and meet the team, whoever are the expert. Let's say Hassan is the expert. Let's say Anjali Reddy is the expert. The developer should go ahead and take their support. Now, the other one we are talking about is, let's say, let's say I got some complexity. It is not possible for me to execute this user story. I'm going to go ahead and take the help from them. I'm going to go ahead and take help from the team members. Now, let's assume what is the advantage when we are having connect with the stakeholder is. So please understand, let's say we are working on the some XYZ work. In the middle, we got this big blocker. So if there is a big blocker, what will happen? Definitely that is going to impact the planned objectives, planned deliverables. So what will happen? Since we are collaborating here with the stakeholder throughout the journey, we are going to inform them. If it is required, we are going to take the support from them. Okay, we are going to talk about if there are any challenges, if there are any blockers. So what will happen? We are going to get the faster resolution because we are having the direct interaction with the stakeholder here. That is the reason why we are giving the more priority for the connects for the internal Scrum team within the team and the stakeholder as well. This is going to help us if any of the developer is facing any of the challenges, any of the blockers, any of the gap in understanding, and we are good to collaborate quickly and we will execute. And any risk that we are having, any of the work we are not going to execute, then we will inform to the stakeholder upfront. Got you? Now, so there are some example I gave here. There is some example I gave here. You see here, building the food delivery app. Any issue at the login page? The UI developer and the backend developer directly they can connect. Instead of raising the multiple tickets, what is the scenario? Let's say I'm from India. Let's say I'm from Hyderabad and Bangalore. Instead of sending out an email, if something is not working on the UI, the front end, whatever you can see, right away you are good to set up a meeting instead of writing the tickets. Later on, you can create the tickets. But for now, we are giving the for the we need a quick resolution. We need a quick understanding. For that only, we are giving the more priority for the people and communication are more important than the process and tools. We no need to follow the strict process and tools. So here also I have mentioned, you see here, focus on the people, communication and collaboration to deliver the value to customer. Our objective is the same. We are going to deliver the value to the customer. That is what we give the priority. That is what we give the priority. Are we clear now? Are we doing anything by heart here, guys? Are we clear on this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Chandra.
Yes.
Any questions, please speak out. I can give you the, if you don't understand, I can give you the one more example also. Just speak out. This is the,
Please give one more example, sir, so that we can connect it
okay.
easily.
Let's say you are the developer, Harshita. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
And we are all your fellow colleagues. You
Okay.
are working on the a small functionality of the login page.
Yes.
You started development today, coding today. After three
Yes.
days, you are completely clueless what needs to be done.
Hmm.
Are you getting? You are
Yes.
completely clueless what needs to be done. Then what you are going to do? You no need to do the research. Simply,
Hmm.
we are having every day we have the sync up connects, right? For the Scrum team, you are going to
Hmm.
raise a concern. Or we are having
Yes.
the team channel, right? You will ping us,
Hmm.
hey, I'm working on the any of this story. This is what the blocker I'm getting. Is there anyone who are available to quick connect? Let's say if I'm
Okay.
available, I'll ping you. Hey Harshita, you can connect with me.
Okay.
So we will connect together and we will discuss. From there, you are
Hmm.
good to move
Okay.
on. You will get some
Okay.
solution from my side.
Hmm. Okay.
Let's say if I'm unable to give the solution, we can set up a quick connect with the team. There are seniors,
Okay.
there are leads. We have the product owner, correct? If it is required, we can pull the stakeholder also.
Hmm. Okay.
So what will happen here? Instead of creating the multiple tickets and awaiting for the results, awaiting for
Hmm.
the reply, set up the quick connect with the team to discuss.
Hmm.
So that
Okay.
what will happen? We get the faster execution. Clear?
Yes. 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 Yes, sir. Now followed.
All right.
Thank
This is the first one. The second one we are talking about is working software over comprehensive documentation. So please understand, here in the Agile, we are not delivering the entire product. We are delivering the small piece of working software only, which means that in Agile, we are following there are two interview questions. What is the duration of the sprint is? The duration of the sprint is 1 to 4 weeks. But what is the duration of the sprint that are we following is 2 weeks. Okay. Now please understand here, when we are following the concept of the sprint, we are giving the, let's say, when I'm kickstarting my sprint by, let's say, 15th. When was the end of the second 2 weeks of the sprint? By 28th is the end of the 2 weeks. So within these 2 weeks, each and every developer, based upon their availability, bandwidth, and capabilities, they will pick up some XYZ user story. Okay, they will pick up some XYZ user story. So now what is the scenario? Okay, they will pick up some XYZ user story. Now what is the scenario? Okay, now what is the scenario? Here the concept is very simple. By each and every end of the day, everybody is going to look after how much work that we have picked up and what is the working software that we are delivering. Nobody care about Indra how many pages of the documentation is done. He did. Anjali, how many pages of documentation she did. Okay, how much great collaboration that we are having, how much great interaction we have with the stakeholder. Nobody cares. By end of the sprint, everybody look after working software only. Working software only. The follow-up question will come. What is the follow-up question will come? You mean to say that there is no document requirement? Document is minimal. I'm not saying that there is no documentation here in the Agile. No. The documentation is minimal. Let's say if I am the developer, I'm working on the user story. I got some complexity. I did some research. I just executed. I may think that whatever the research I did for 1 or 2 days, that is going to help for the future functionalities. I will document it. Otherwise, it is not required. Otherwise, it is not required. If I can go
Sir,
ahead and work
one
on this.
question. Hello?
Sorry.
Sir, one question, sir. What is user story actually means? What it contains? What, sir?
Coming to that was. So as I said, tomorrow we are going to create a project. So let's say this is the Jira. No need to worry. Tomorrow you will understand. But still, I can give you the example. User story is nothing but the small requirement. Small requirement. Let's say this is the user story. This is the user story. In real time scenario, we can create in the real time scenario also. What needs to be done as part of this story? What are the description? Are related to the coding? Are related to the testing? Everything we will mention on that story only. This issue type is the story is nothing but this is the small functionality. Everything we can see them into the everything we can see them into the in under the story only. We no need to create any of the further documentation if it is required. If you see that the developer feel that this may help for the future, then only they document it. Otherwise, nobody cares about the your documentation. Everybody talk about the working software only. Got you? So see what happens instead of writing the if I am the developer, instead of doing the 10 pages of the documentation, I can deliver the basic software, basic small version I can execute. Got you? This is the second one. Here in the Agile, the top priority is to deliver the working software. Irrespective of the any of the sprint that you are following, whether you are following the 1, 2, 3, 4, anything, each and every end of the sprint, they are going to deliver the working software. For the 2 weeks of the timeline, within this 2 weeks of the timeline, from the 15th to 28th, the developers will pick up some XYZ stories. By end of the sprint, they will deliver. That is what the objective of the working software over comprehensive documentation. Here I have mentioned, you see here, delivering a working product is more important than creating too much documentation. Nobody cares about the documentation. Everybody talk about what is the quality of the working software that you have delivered. Clear? Yeah. Okay. Now, the third one we are talking about, let me come back to the main screen. Third one is talking about customer collaboration. Who are the customer here? Who are the customer? Customer is nothing but the stakeholder. From there, we are getting the business. How frequently we collaborate with the stakeholder is, please understand, throughout the journey. Throughout the journey, we are going to collaborate with the stakeholder. Okay. Throughout the journey, we are going to collaborate with the stakeholder. So, okay, throughout the journey, we are going to collaborate with the stakeholder. So here if you see, the concept is very simple. Customer collaboration here in the Agile, we are going to connect with the stakeholder throughout the project. So here if you see, there are some events are there. What are the events we have? We have the sprint planning, daily scrum, too early. We will discuss later parts. Tomorrow you will understand them. Sprint review and retrospective meeting. So here what will happen? I am the scrum master. I am going to facilitate. Yesterday we have learned there are three line answer. Scrum master is the facilitator. Product owner is the one point of contact for the business. Developers are accountable for the working software. These are the three line and answer we just understood. So here what happens? If I am the scrum master, I am the facilitator. My job is to send the meeting invites for the right audience. I'm going to send the meeting invites for the right audience. Okay, meeting invites for the right audience. Now the next one we are talking about is a meeting invites for the right audience. So for the stakeholders, I'm inviting the stakeholders for the sprint planning, for the daily scrum, for the sprint review. I'm inviting them. But retrospective is I'm not going to involve. This is only for the team only. Why only for the team? That you will understand later parts. So as a scrum master, my job is to facilitate all the meetings, inviting the right audience for the meetings that is going to have the healthy discussions. So here what happens as a scrum master, I am going to share the each and every event except the retrospective to the stakeholders. So what will happen if any challenges are coming in, any blockers are coming in, everything we are going to talk about. Okay, simple. Now the next one is you see here, we are giving the example. What are the collaboration? Let's say initially we have delivered the basic version of the food delivery app. It doesn't mean that we are going to deliver everything in one go, right? Then what will happen? As soon as the days progress, the customer come and said like, hey, can you please add this live order tracking for the mobile app? Add the UPI payment, add the restaurant listing, more offers and notifications. So what will happen? We are going to, as soon as we deliver some XYZ work, the stakeholders, that is up to the stakeholder wish, anytime they are good to come and ask us to add the new requirements at any point of the time. So here what will happen? The collaboration throughout the project, we are going to collaborate. We are delivering the working software every end of the sprint. We are getting the feedback from the stakeholders, and we are maintaining the transparency throughout the journey. So we are delivering the product what the stakeholder is expecting. We are delivering the right product. When we are delivering the right product, what will happen? Whatever the next enhancements will come, whatever the new enhancements will come, all the new enhancements, okay, all the new enhancements, what are we going to do? By default, they are good to come to us only. Let's say here Anjali is the stakeholder. Let's say we are working for some XYZ project. We are delivering what is the project that she is expecting. We are delivering whatever the product that she is expecting. Whatever the next step enhancements will come, any of the new requirements will come, they will come to us only. We no need to focus every time on the contract negotiation. Here throughout the journey we are collaborating, we are understanding the stakeholder need, we are understanding the stakeholder requirement. Based upon the stakeholder requirement only we are delivering the work. This collaboration is going to replace the contract negotiation. We no need to negotiate every time. By default, the new enhancements will come. The team will define, okay, we require the 30 sprints to execute this. That's it. Got you. We no need to keep the more efforts for the contract. Yes, contract is very important, but here we are, the collaboration is the key here. We are understanding the requirements from the stakeholder. We are trying to understand and we are executing based upon the requirement of the stakeholder. Okay. Now, responding to change or following a plan. So what does it mean by, let's say, currently, let's say we are working on the apps. Let's say current status of the application is this is supporting for the only card payment. Now what is the scenario? Now the stakeholder, he got the more and more feedbacks. Hey, most of the applications they are using the UPI payments also. Now what happens? The stakeholder will come to us. He will say that, hey, currently we are this application is supporting for the card payment. Can we add this UPI payments? We are good to. The team quickly can add this new requirement, and we are going to deliver. So what will happen? We are not strictly following on the plan, rigid plan. No, sprint one, 1, 2, 3 you are going to do. Sprint two, 4, 5, 6 you are going to do. Sprint three, you are going to do 7, 8, 9. That is not, that is the sequence. We are not following anything on the sequence. We have each and every sprint, we are delivering the working software. We get some feedback. Based upon that, we are going to accommodate in the next sprint. This is how it works. This is how it works here. It doesn't mean that the product owner will tell, hey Indra, for the sprint 2, I have planned 3, 4, 5 functionality only. We are going to execute this one only. Never ever the requirements are fixed in Agile. Got you? Never ever the requirements are fixed in the Agile. Based upon the market dynamics and based upon the requirements, we are keep on changing the priorities. Are you clear? Anytime, whether you are on the beginning of the stage, mid of the stage, or end of the project also, anytime if you are going to get, anytime if you are going to get, anytime if you are going to get the challenges, any of the new requirement, you are good to. That's how it works. Got you? No need to do the by heart. They are very simple to understand. If you see here, adapting to the change and delivering value is more important than strictly to the original plan. Let's say sprint 1 I'm completing here. Sprint 2 I'm going to kickstart by 29th. The product owner has already defined, let's say 10 features, 10 stories. We got some feedback. So first we'll try to accommodate the feedback issues. Then we'll pick up the next priority issues. That is how it works in Agile. So these are the four values. These are the four values that we are going to talk. Just once the class is done, whenever you will get some time today, just check this doc. Just check this. If you are able to see this by default, you will get. You are able to recall. Even if you can see this area, I have mentioned the same example. You see here. I am giving the same example. Either you follow the sticky notes, either you follow this pictorial representation. That is up to you. Which one would you like to go? At the end, I want you to understand the concept. That's it. Clear on this? There are four values. Yeah. Are you clear? Any questions, any challenges, please? Are we good?
Yes,
So
sir.
this is the theoretical
Indra, I
background that
have
we
small
need
doubt.
to follow, right?
See
Like,
what happens, ma'am. Correct. You are right. So as I said, during the demo also I said very clearly, the first 2 days are fundamentals and they are the theory part. Got you? As soon as the days progress, let's say we are talking about the responding to change. We just gave the example. During the sprint review, any feedback will comes in, we can accommodate immediately. Or any of the new features they are coming in, we are good to. But what we will do, as soon as tomorrow, what will happen? You are able to collaborate at least 20 to 30% of the previous class. As soon as the days progress, what will happen? You are going to learn the more extensive, more extensive learnings. Got you?
okay, yeah.
I heard one more voice was. What is the question?
Yeah, Indra, how can we decide one project in which methodology we need to follow,
Very
like
good.
agile and waterfall?
Very good.
How can we decide?
At the beginning of the stage, we are going when we are in sync with the stakeholder, right? During that time, during that time, based upon the stakeholder requirement, okay,
Okay,
how frequently if you want to connect with the Scrum team, how frequently you want the end product, okay. Okay, how frequently he is expecting some changes. Based upon all these factors, they will decide. Let's say the stakeholder come and said like, no, our requirements are fixed. I'm not going to do any of the changes for the 12 months or the 1 year. I mean 2 months, 2 years. They are going to initiate the waterfall. But when coming to the agile, the requirements are keep on evolving based upon the market dynamics. Choose the agile. Clear?
okay. Thank you, Indra.
No worries. So there are 12 principles are there. Please.
Sorry to interrupt you, Indra.
Hmm, hmm,
I have one more question based upon the previous question.
please.
So you said based upon the client requirement, and we will decide the methodology. But who will decide this? I mean, is it project manager or from the business
Yes.
side?
So please understand, we are having the project managers, we are having the program managers, we have the architects, business analysts, everybody, right? They are going to initiate the conversation with the teams, with the stakeholders,
So it's a collective decision.
right? Yeah.
Thank you.
Now, now the next one we are talking about is there are 12 principles we are having. Okay. What are the 12 principles? Please focus. They are very simple. Okay. They are very simple. Just focus with the examples. So sometimes you know what will happen. Recently, my students are working on the American Airlines. Sorry, American Airlines, yes. Someone are working on the, okay, someone are working on the, okay, someone are, okay, we are having the American Airlines. Somebody is working for the Airbus. Somebody are working for the ZF Technologies. Okay. Somebody they are working for the, what is the scenario? Just 1 second, don't mind. One second. All right. So there are 12 principles we are having. These 12 principles we have segregated into different categories. Nowhere it has mentioned about the categorization. This is the Agile manifesto. But in real time scenarios, what happens? Sometimes simply they are asking, hey, what are the principles comes under the changes? What are the principles comes under the customer focus? What are the principles comes under the delivering value? Are you getting? So during that time, we are completely clueless. So even when I have attended the interview for the ZF Technologies way back 7 years back, that is the automotive. So the interview was scheduled for 1 hour. They have asked me all the questions related to the Agile manifesto only. I never ever had such kind of the tough interview because during that time I don't know. I'm aware of the end-to-end process, but I'm not aware of which category that they comes from. I got struggled. So there are couple of categories we have mentioned here. When you are giving the tomorrow mock also, you are good to tell. Let's say, let's say, let's say, who is the one? Let's say, uh, Joshi is giving the Kamal Joshi is giving the principle 1 and 2. He's going to explain principle 1 comes under the customer focus, principle 2 comes under the adapting to the change. So that what will happen, if any time if during the interviews they will ask, during that time we are able to recall them. Okay, let us focus on the first one is customer focus. The principle 1 says that please don't buy hurt. Principle 1 says that our highest priority is to satisfy the customer through early and continuous delivery of valuable software. Please focus the first one. Please understand our top priority is to satisfy the customer. How are we going to satisfy the stakeholder? Here in the Agile, what is the concept we are following? Here in the Agile, here in the Agile, here in the Agile, here in the Agile, we are following the concept of the sprint. Are you getting? Here in the Agile, we are following the concept of the sprint. Let's say when I kickstart the sprint by 15th, I'm going to end by 28th. Early is nothing but here in the Agile, we are following the concept of the sprint. Every end of the sprint, we are delivering the working software. Then what will happen? Continuous is nothing but each and every end of the sprint. The new sprint will kickstart again by 29th. We are going to end by 11th. Again, the sprint 3 will kickstart here. We will end here, which means that each and every end of the early is nothing but we are following the concept of the sprint. We are following the 2 weeks of the sprint. Each and every end of the sprint, each and every end of the sprint, we are going to deliver the working software, and we are keep on adding the working software every sprint. Okay, we are keep on adding the working software every sprint. We are keep on delivering the working software. So what will happen here in the Agile? Since we are following the concept of the sprint, each and every end of the sprint, we are delivering the working software. When we are delivering the working software on the last day, we are inviting the stakeholder. Okay, we are inviting the stakeholder. We are giving the review with the stakeholder. With that only the stakeholder can get satisfied. It doesn't mean that I'm having the great collaboration among with the stakeholder. I'm having the more rapport with the stakeholder. Nobody cares. Everybody looks after by end of the sprint how much work that they have planned, how much work that they have delivered, that matters. Don't by heart. You see here, early is nothing but we are following the concept of the sprint 1 to 4 weeks. In my current project, we are following the 2 weeks of the sprint. Continuous is nothing but every end of the sprint, we are going to deliver the valuable software. Every end of the sprint, I'm going to invite the stakeholder for the review. With that only with the working software, only the stakeholders are going to get satisfied. Are you clear? There are three areas we talk about: early, continuous delivery, and the priority. These are the three areas we talked about. Are you clear? The first one, very simple, guys. Don't try to by heart the things,
Yes, sir, understood.
because I'm giving the example step by step only. Don't get confused. You see here, early is nothing but we are following the concept of the sprint. Continuous delivery is nothing but every end of the sprint we deliver the working software. With that only, we are inviting the stakeholder, we are getting the feedback, we are showcasing the working software. With that only, the stakeholders are going to get satisfied. Got you? This is the one area. Now the next one is why we are following. Please understand the interview question. As we talked about, the duration of the sprint is 1 to 4 weeks. But what is the duration of the sprint our team is followed? That is very important. So here we are following the 2 weeks of the timeline, majority. Let us spend some time here in understanding. Let's say 1 week of the sprint. Sprint one, say let's say sprint kick starts on 29th. 1 week means how many days we are having total? 1 week means how many days we are having?
7 days.
There, there are 7 days, correct? There are 7 days. So out of the 7 days, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One Saturday, one Sunday will go. Then how many days are there? We are just having the 5 days only. So here if you see, when I kickstart my sprint here, when I kickstart my sprint here, you see here, I do the quick analysis. For me, it will take minimum 2 to 3 days for the coding. As soon as we deploy that code into the QA, what will happen? By the time the sprint time is up, when we are following 1 week of the sprint. So that is the reason why practically it is to deliver the high quality working software. Okay, to deliver the high quality working software, 1 week of the sprint is not sufficient to deliver the working software quality increment. That is the reason why. What is the next one? 2 weeks. 2 weeks are nothing but we are having the 10 working days. Within the 10 working days, what happens? Day one, they do the quick understanding. They day one, they're going to do the quick analysis. Maybe 1 or 2 days. The second one we are talking about is at least based upon the complexity, they will complete all the coding by somewhere and here based upon the complexity. We are giving the good amount of the time for the QA. So what happened? That is the reason why 2 weeks of the sprint is most preferred one. 95% of the projects will follow the 2 weeks of the sprint. Only 5% of the projects they follow the 3 weeks. Why 3 weeks? Let's say I am the product owner. The project is big complex one. The stories when I'm trying to slice down, they are still I'm feeling that they are more complex. If we go for the 2 weeks of the sprint, the team they are not going to deliver the. I see that the team will get the bottleneck. Then what you are going to do? Whenever you see that the projects are little complex nature, it is advisable to go for the. It is advisable to go for the. What is the one? It is advisable to go for the 3 weeks of the sprint. Never ever I have seen with my experience whether the sprint any of the teams are following the 1 week or the 4 weeks. 1 week is not feasible to deliver the quality working software. When we are going for the 4 weeks are nothing but 30 days. The feedback, as soon as the feedback delays, the risk is going to get associate more. That is the reason why majority of the cases they follow the 2 weeks of the sprint only. Very rarely, if the project is too complex, Then we can go for the they can go for the 3 weeks of the sprint. Never ever I have seen the with my experience with the 1 week or the 4 weeks of the sprint. Are you clear? When we are following the 2 weeks of the sprint, we get the faster feedback. If any changes needs to be done, we can accommodate upfront in the next day, which is starting new sprint, which is starting tomorrow. Are you clear now? Yeah.
Yes, yes.
This is the first one. The second one we are talking about is okay. The second one we are talking about is, you see here, adapting to the changes. Principle 2 and 3 comes under the adapting to the changes. The word itself, it says that the change. Anytime we are going to welcome the changes. Okay. Wherever you are at the beginning of the stage, mid of the stage, or end of the stage, whatever it is, anytime we can bring the changes. You see here, welcome changing requirements even late in the development. What does it mean by? Okay, what does it mean by? There are two examples I can give. One example I can give the project level. Let's say project level we defined at the beginning of the features are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But later on what happens? Let's say we decided for the next 12 months, hey, we will deliver the login page, logout page, forget password, or we are going to deliver the add to cat or something. So after working for the 3 months or the 4 months, we are in the middle of the project. The stakeholder come and said like, hey, can we add the user reviews? Little priority. We are going to accommodate them. So at the project level, anytime they are going to bring in the changes, we don't have any issues. But whatever the duration of the sprint that are we following, when we are following the 2 weeks of the sprint, we are having only 10 working days. In the middle, if they bring in any of the changes, what will happen? That is going to impact the quality of the deliverables. Why? Because at the beginning of the sprint itself, the team have understood. Okay, the team have understood okay, the team have understood what is the scenario. How many in the 2 weeks of the sprint, if there are any changes will happen, the developers will get stress. That is going to impact the quality of the delivery. If you see the indication, I mentioned the little danger emergency indication, correct? So what does it mean by once the sprint is kick-started, in the middle, if there are any emergency has nothing but if there are any production incidents or the release showstoppers. Let's say production incidents are nothing but your application, let's say Amazon application is on the live. We are working on the backend. We are working on the development. If any critical issue comes from the production, let's say when I'm trying to place the order, this is not they are not getting add to the they are not adding to the that is the critical one, right? Production issues are the critical one. So whenever there is the highest priority issues, we are good to accommodate in the middle of the sprint. Got you? This is what we are talking about. Got you? Anytime we are good to execute. You see here, Agile is not about sticking to the plan. It about responding to change and delivering value continuously. Got you? This is at the sprint level will happen. This is at the product backlog level will happen anytime. Clear on this second one? So welcome changing requirements even in the late in the development is nothing but any stage at the product level any changes can happen, but the sprint level we have already defined 2 weeks of the timeline. If there are any changes needs to be done, they are good to wait till end of the sprint. But if there are some critical things, production issues or the release showstoppers, let's say you have planned for the production deployment. Okay, you have planned for the production deployment. You got some issues. They are the highest priority. Your application is into the live. The UI is not working. That is the highest priority. Let's say when you're trying to make the payment gateway is failing. That is the highest priority. Are you getting? Yeah. Are you clear this second one?
Yes.
Third one is deliver software working software frequently. How frequently we are delivering the working software here in the Agile? How frequently we are delivering?
Every 2 weeks.
Yes, very good. Each and every end of the sprint, we are going to deliver the working software. So here also the same. If you see here, here also the same. We are following the 2 weeks of the sprint. I have mentioned, guys. I have mentioned even what are the reasons why we take this 2 weeks of the timeline. You see here. So the one is deliver working software frequently is nothing but each and every end of the sprint, we are going to deliver the working software. Okay. You see here, deliver and release the small updates regularly because we are keep on executing them. You see here, delivering working software frequently help us to get the early feedback, adapt. We are going to adapt the changes and reduce the risk and create more value to the customers because we are delivering the we are delivering the product. Are you clear? How frequently that you are going to deliver? What is the concept of the sprint? Why we follow the 2 weeks of the sprint? I have mentioned here. Why are we following the 2 weeks of the sprint? Okay, this is the third one.
Indra, one thing. These login page, restaurant launch, and everything. These are user stories, right?
These are the requirements.
Requirements.
Hmm. These are the requirements. Let's say currently we are using the Zomato. Let's say currently we are charging the platform charges. They are charging somewhere around 110 or 20. Now the next requirement is irrespective of the any order, the charges are the 50 rupees. Are you getting? That is the requirement. Based upon that, you are going to understand the requirement and the product owner will create the stories. Then the developers will execute. Clear? Yeah.
Sir, one question. Sir, who decides the what coding language will be there for the application?
Very good question. So at the beginning of the stage itself, they are going to define because it doesn't mean that they have worked for the only one application, right? They are having the vast experience. So their team is going to at the beginning of the project itself, they will decide which kind of the framework that they are going for. Got you? Now, now the next one is this is the third one. The fourth one I'm talking about is one second. Yeah, the word it says that collaboration and communication. 456 comes under the collaboration and communication. What does it mean by the collaboration in the layman language? What does it mean by the collaboration?
Connecting with the people.
Connecting with the people. Communication is nothing but we are upfront, we are in sync with the each and everyone. That is what we discussed, right? So please understand here. Business people and developers must work together daily. Who are the business? Who are the business? The business
BDs.
stakeholder,
Yeah.
correct? From where we are getting the business? From the stakeholders. Now, within the Scrum team, who are the one point of contact for the stakeholders within the Scrum
Scrum,
team?
Product
Product
owner.
owner.
product
Product owner.
owners.
So now what happens? Within the Scrum team, the product owner is representing the business. When the product owner is representing the business, he is having the complete fair idea what needs to be done. So for that, what will happen? In real time scenario, in real time scenario, every day sync up with the stakeholders, it may possible, may not possible. Because they are having their own world, correct? They are busy on their areas. So practically Every day it is not possible to execute each and every end of the sprint. It is not possible. For that, what are we going to do? The concept is very simple. Okay, for that, what are we going to do? The concept is very simple. Here, what happens within the Scrum team, the product owner is representing the business. He knows in and out of the execution. Then what happens? For all the Scrum events, we are in line with the product owner. Every event, starting from the sprint planning, daily Scrum, review, retrospective meeting. Every meeting, what happens? Okay, every meeting, what happens? The concept is very simple. Every meeting, what happens? Sprint planning meeting, the product owner will talk about what are the priorities. He will explain. Daily Scrum, if there are any challenges, business clarifications, will take help from the product owner. Review, the product owner is going to place a critical role for the working software. Now the next one is retrospective meeting. If there are any improvements are there, the product owner will help us. So here the concept is very simple. Each and every meeting, each and every event, the product owner will join. The product owner is represents the business. He knows in and out of the priorities, and he's going to inform to the team what features needs to be done. The developers will understand. Any challenges they will discuss together. By end of the sprint, we are going to deliver the working software. So what is the scenario here is, in practical scenario, the team are from the different locations. It is not possible to, it is not, sorry, the stakeholders are from the different location. Every day it is practical, it is not possible to connect with them. Then who are the one point of contact? The product owner is the one. Throughout the journey, we are going to collaborate with the product owner. Are you clear? Yeah. Now, now the next one we are talking about is build projects around individual motivated individuals. What does it mean by the motivated individual? Can anybody? Motivated individuals are nothing but
Motivating or encouraging the developers to work their on the items whatever they have assigned.
correct. So here what happens? Okay, here what happens? The concept is very simple. When the team is motivated, they are going to deliver the best output. Let's say if I said like, hey, I want to join, I will join by 5:58, irrespective of my busy schedule. Irrespective of my busy schedule, I'm going to go ahead and execute. Got you? Now, build projects around motivated individual is nothing but as a Scrum Master, you are going to place a critical role because you are the one, you are the facilitator, and you know in and out in terms of the process how the things are happening. What are the blockers? What are the challenges that you are aware? Whether they are empowered team or still they are under the learning phase. Okay, are there any conflicts? Everything you are going to look after. So here what will happen? When the teams are self-organized, what will happen? They are going to plan the work, they are going to decide they can decide who are going to work on the user story. By end of the sprint, they are going to deliver the working software. When the team is empowered and the self-organization. The other one I'm talking about is here the Scrum Master is going to place a critical role. What are the role that we are going to? I'm going to facilitate all the meetings throughout the journey. I'm in sync with the team. If there are any blockers are there, I'm going to help them. If there are any, if there are any, if any of the teams are not supporting together, I'm going to go ahead and help them, having the one-on-one connects. This is how it works. So here the concept is very simple. When the teams are self-organized, they are going to deliver the best output. Okay, they are going to deliver the best output. You see here, when the teams are empowered, they will discuss the options, they do the analysis, so they are going to choose the what is the best approach, and they are going to discuss by default by within the timelines they are going to deliver the working software. Okay, so when what is the advantage is when the teams are empowered. If you see here, Today we said like 6 o'clock. 5:58, majority of the peoples are here. But we kickstarted the mocks on time. Are you getting? So, so here what happens? You are the Scrum Master. You are going to empire. You are going to help your team members to follow the. You are going to empower the teams towards the self-organization. This is the one. Now the next one we are talking about is promote face-to-face conversation. In real-time world, is it possible to execute this face-to-face conversation every day? Is it possible? It is possible when we are all working for the one company only, one location only, and we are having the fixed time slots. Okay, we are as a team we are coming by Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. 3 days we are coming to the office. Whatever the meetings are there, we'll try to connect with the offline. So here the concept is very simple. Face-to-face conversation is a critical because the teams are coming from the different countries. If you look at my scenario, they are from the India, even in the India also Hyderabad and Bangalore. For US they are from the different time zones. Arizona, New York, Pacific, CST, EST. There are many are there. Then how can we sync up with them? We are going to connect with them. We are going to connect with them over the Teams or the Zoom, whatever the platform that the company they are following. Okay, this is the one. Now the next one we are talking about is, you see here, the concept is very simple. Let's say if I am the developer, I am working on the user story. I got the more complexity, more blocker. Instead of sending out an emails and other activities, it is advisable to go for the. It is advisable to go ahead and what is the scenario? It is advisable to go ahead and set up the quick resolution meeting. If there are any middle of the sprint, if there are any new requirements are coming in, if there are any complexity, if you need any of the information, whatever it is, we are good to go ahead and we are good to go ahead and connect with whatever the channels we are having. We are going to set up the quick resolution meeting. Then from there we are good to pick up. Got you? You see here, face-to-face conversation builds stronger relationship, faster understanding and better outcomes. Okay. Instead of sending out an emails and awaiting for the feedback, for the quick resolution, set up a meeting one-on-one. Or if you want for the entire team also, you're going to set up as quickly as possible. If you are facing any challenge, you're going to notify the Scrum Master, hey, today I want to meet the team. I'm going to set up a meeting. All right. So here what happens, the concept is very simple. Okay, here what happens, the concept is very simple. Face-to-face conversation. Instead of writing the multiple tickets, multiple issues, multiple email conversations, we are good to go for the we are good to go for the simple connects. We are good to go ahead and meet the connects. Got you? They are going to play a critical role. Are you clear till now? Yeah, guys, are you clear?
Yes, sir.
Others, I'm not hearing anything. What happened? All good? Yeah.
Yes, Indra.
Kamal,
Okay,
Naveen.
Indra, I have one question here.
Huh.
So, what is the role of QA in this entire scenario? I don't see that we are creating user stories, the developers are developing, but there is no role for QA.
Okay. Yesterday we discussed the Scrum team is a Scrum Master, Product Owner, and developers. Within the developers are nothing but both the coders and QA will come. Very clear? We no need to dedicatedly mention they are the QA. They are also the
Oh,
developer.
thank you.
Yeah.
So sir, can we get one example of user story here?
Yeah. See what happened was. Let me share you one pic. Just 1 second. I'll share you quickly. Just 1 second. User story is nothing but the small requirement was Small requirement to deliver by end of the sprint. How it is a small requirement? 1 second, I'll share you.
Like a login page or a
Login
mobile
page is the functionality.
functionality.
Login page cannot be done in a 2 weeks of the sprint. We are going to deliver this in a multiple sprint we required. 1 second, I'll tell you. In WhatsApp, I have shared. No need to worry, I'm just sharing. Can you see my screen? Yeah, yeah. Can you see my WhatsApp?
Yes, 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 it is
Okay.
busy.
Let's say mobile app is the big complex requirement. Here in the Agile, we are following the concept of the sprint we are executing. The product owner, what he is going to do, he is going to create the multiple epics. Epic might be the login page, might be the payment gateway, might be the what is that electronics or the cloths or whatever it is. So what happens when we are following the concept of the sprint? Practically, it is not possible to execute everything in one go. The product owners are going to create the one epic. Epic is nothing but the large body of the work. There is a big requirement. Under the large body of the work, the product owner is going to slice it down into the multiple stories. Okay. Multiple stories are nothing but okay. Multiple stories are nothing but what is the scenario? Okay, multiple stories are nothing but what is the scenario? The concept is very simple. The product owner is slicing down, breaking down into the small number of stories. Story is nothing but this is an agile framework of the small requirement. Let's say under the epic one, there are 100 user stories are there. We are going to pick up the priority wise only. It doesn't mean that the product owner has created 100 user stories. We are going to deliver all the 100. It is not required.
And user stories are built by the product owner.
Product owner only.
Epic and user stories will be done by the
Yes,
product owner.
yes, yes. Are you clear on this? Promote face-to-face conversation. Now, now please understand the interview question for American Airlines. How many principles are there in Agile? Which one is the top priority for you? 99% of the Scrum Masters will cover. Satisfy the customer is the top priority. But that is not the right answer. Principle 7 is the top priority. What are the expectations each and every end of the sprint? Each and every end of the sprint, everybody looks after the working software only. Nobody cares about what is your great collaboration, what is the work that you are having. So here, delivering value is nothing but working software is the primary measure of progress. Primary measure is nothing but in Agile, the top priority is to talk about the working software only. Working software only. Blindly you can tell them, blindly you can tell them, principle 7 is the top priority. Principle 7 is the top priority. Got you? This is the top priority. Each and every end of the sprint, we are going to deliver the working software. Got you? This is not the just an goal. This is just the primary measure of the progress in Agile. Sprint 1, we have delivered some XYZ. Sprint 2, ABC. Sprint 3, 1 to 3, like that. We are going to deliver the working software frequently. The top priority is in the Agile is, you see here, this is the top priority one in the Agile. If you are delivering the working software, you can play anything that works. If you are not delivering the working software, that is not going to help you. Clear? So here what happens, the concept is very simple. Each and every end of the sprint, how much work that we have planned, how much work that we have delivered, that what matters here in the Agile. They don't care about the reasons. Are you getting? So the panel will ask you which one is the top priority for you. Blindly you tell them, for me the top priority is the working software, because with that only everything will happen the next steps. This was the primary measure of the progress. Now the next one we are talking about is, here if you see, the principle 8 and 9 comes under the sustainable development. In our layman language, what is the sustainable? Sustainable is nothing but what? In terms of the deliverables, we are going to deliver the work consistently, and we are following the concept of the sprint. We are going to look after how the practices are happening. So the one I'm talking about is, here the one agile process promote the sustained development is nothing but, this is how the work we are going to deliver in the study phase. It doesn't mean that sprint 1 we have delivered 10 stories. Sprint 2 we have delivered only 5 stories. Sprint 3 we have delivered 30 stories. It is not the scenario. In Agile, we are going to deliver the work. Okay, in Agile we are going to deliver the work for the consistently is nothing but, okay. Consistently is nothing but what is the scenario? How frequently we are delivering the work. We are following the 2 weeks of the sprint. Each and every end of the sprint, we are going to deliver the consistent deliverables are nothing but, the team is going to pick up based upon their availability and the bandwidth and the capabilities. They are going to deliver the value. Sprint 1 they have delivered some XYZ work. Sprint 2 again they will pick up the user stories, they will deliver. That's how it works. So here the concept is very simple. Sustainable development is nothing but, the team are going to pick up the user stories based upon their availability and the bandwidth and the capability only. Then they are going to execute. Now, continuous attention to technical excellence is nothing but what? We are in the Agile, we are following the concept of the sprint. If you remember, most of the cases, I'm trying to keep on repeating the word, hey, in Agile, we are following the 2 weeks of the sprint is nothing but, when we are attending for the interviews, please understand, it is very critical to explain, it is very critical to cope up my real-time example. Got you? So the one I'm talking about is continuous attention to technical excellence and good design is nothing but, here in the Agile, we are following the concept of the sprint. Sprint 1 we have delivered. We are going to do the retrospection. We are going to discuss, okay, what went well. Can you hear me? Guys, can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
The
Yes, sir.
power is off for the headphones. Okay. So here what happens, let's say we are working on the sprint. Every sprint it is mandatory to do the inspection. How the things are happening at the coding, how the things are happening at the testing, how the are there any challenges that are we facing? Okay. Are there any challenges that are we facing? Got you? Are there any challenges that are we facing? Okay. Now the next one we are talking about is, okay, let's say at the coding level, do we need to do any of the improvements? At the testing level, do we need to do anything? Okay. How the code reviews are happening? Okay, how the code reviews are happening? Are there any gap that are we facing? If let's say any of the developer is not following the best practices, okay, that we are good to help them. That we are good to help them. Each and every end of the sprint, it is mandatory to review how the practices are happening at the coder and the QA level. Even at the product owner also, if there are any challenges that they are facing, they are not coming up with the proper execution. Or let's say I'm the scrum master, I'm talking about the helping the blockers. What are the best practices that are we doing that matters? Let's say currently we are doing all the automation manual testing. We can try to introduce at least 10% with the automation testing. What will happen? We are going to deliver the little faster. We are going to deliver the little faster. Let's say if I am doing the coding, I am assigning this to the QA. Okay, I'm assigning this to the QA. If they are not following the best practices, we are going to help them. We are going to help them together. Are you clear? So how the things are happening? Every sprint we are going to discuss how. Every sprint we are going to discuss how this execution are happening in terms of the quality. How the teams are doing the inspection, how they are doing the coding, what are the best practices that they are following. Okay, are there any challenges that are coming from the QA? Are there any challenges that are coming from the UAT team? Are there any challenges with the product owner? As a team, how best we can improvise the practices? That matters. Got you? See here, continuous attention to the technical excellence and good design empowers the team to deliver the high quality, value driven software. Are you clear? Each and every end of the sprint, we are going to discuss what are the manual efforts that are we doing. Okay, what are the manual efforts that are we doing? How can we automate? Are there any challenges we are facing at the coding level or the QA? We are good to go ahead and execute them. Now, now I'm talking on the simplicity. Principle 10 and 11 comes under the simplicity and self-organization. What does it mean by the simplicity? Simplicity is nothing but we are not delivering the entire product. We are not delivering the entire product. Let's say the project timeline is for the 12 months. When we are following the 2 weeks of the sprint, we are going to deliver the 26 sprints. Currently, for the total 12 months, how much work that we have planned, till now how much work that we are done, and what are the leftover. We don't care about what happens after 5 sprints, after 10 sprints, after 20 sprints. We are not going to care about. Here what happens, we are going to focus more on the how much we are delivering the value, what are the next priorities, what are the priorities for the current sprint, how much work that we have delivered, what are the next upcoming 2 sprints priorities. We don't care about what will happen after 10 years or is after 10 months. We don't care about after we don't care about what happens after the 5 sprints. That is the time waste. Here we are going to talk about the how much work that as a team that we have planned, how much work as a team that we have delivered. That is what the matter. During the sprint planning, what we will do, we will focus on what are the stories that are going to pick up for the 2 weeks. Daily scrum, what we will do, we are going to discuss how the work is in progress. This is how we are going to talk. This is what we are going to talk. We don't care about what is going to happen for the entire product. We are going to take care of the we are going to take care of the what are the priority for now, that is what we are going to look after. We don't care about what happens after the 2 3 sprints 5 sprints, we don't care. So simplicity is not about doing the less work, it is all about the doing the right work that delivers the maximum value. Are you getting? Yep. We don't care about after 4 or 5 sprints. We care about what are the priorities that we will focus. What are the next upcoming priorities for the 2 sprints we are going to focus. We don't care about other areas. Are you clear? Yep. Are you clear?
Yes, yes.
All right. Now the next one is the best architectures, requirements, and designs emerge from the self-organized teams is nothing but when the team is self-organized, they are going to plan for the sprint. They are going to collaborate together. If there are any challenges, they will work together. Any collaboration they are going to do the quick designs. Let's say they are in continuous sync with the designers, architectures. What needs to be delivered? What are the things that are going to execute? That is what we are going to talk. When the teams are self-organized, what will happen? They are able to understand each and every event. During the sprint planning meeting, they will decide how much work that they can deliver. Okay. And then because when the teams are self-organized, they can do execution. They are going to sync up with the architectures, they are going to sync up with the designers, they are going to understand, they are going to collaboratively discuss how the development is happening, what are the next upcoming designs are there, how best that are going to execute, do we need to change the practices, everything we are going to discuss. When the teams are self-organized, they can execute what needs to be done. Got you? The team is going to decide what needs to be delivered. Let's say login page functionality, payment integration, order tracking. Because based upon the priorities, based upon the execution, we are good to go. When the teams are self-organized, they can take the ownership. They are going to collaborate together. They are going to deliver the best possible solutions. Each and every sprint, the team are going to collaborate together and they are going to deliver the best output. Now, now the next one I'm talking about is the 12th principle is to a 12th. If you see here, the 12th principle comes under the continuous improvement. Here in the Agile, we are following the concept of the sprint. Let's say we started our sprint on 15th. I'm done our sprint by 28th. Is nothing but what? From the last 2 weeks of the timeline, regards to the people, regards to the process, regards to the product, what went well, what went well, okay, what went well, what didn't go well, what are the challenges. Last 2 weeks, what are the good work happened that we will come to continue? What are the challenges that we have got? We will discuss. What are the how can we improvise those practices? As a team, we can discuss, and we are going to make the action items for the next sprint. So each and every end of the sprint, we are going to do the retrospective. We are going to discuss the what is the good work happened. We'll celebrate. What didn't go well as a team, we will discuss. As a team, we will talk about the improvements. By end of the sprint, we are going to deliver the action items for the next sprint. This is how it works. See here, this is how it is going to work. Are you clear on this?
Yes.
These are all the 4 values and 12 principles. Don't think that, again, I'm telling you, don't think that this is the overburden for you. This is not a overburden. These are the basics. It is very important to understand. Just open the agile value. Just understand. Okay, what are the individuals we with whom we are interacting with the team and the stakeholder. What is the outcome? In such a way, please understand. If you see the WhatsApp, I have shared you some example. If you can see this one example, one page, you are able to understand R12. Got you? Now, no need to worry, don't by heart. Every day we will learn some new things. Let's say today you try to focus on the 4 values. Then you tomorrow you can try to focus on the 4 principles. Next day 4 principles. So what will happen? Before we complete the first 5 classes, every day 10 minutes you can give for the values and principles. By end of the day 5, you will understand each and every corner. Any questions that you are coming from, please join at the 8:30 session in the evening. We are going to complete. I am going to explain. Yesterday I see that there are a couple of people have joined. We spend a good amount of the time. Now, who can cover Agile values 1 and 2? Quickly, guys. I have only 4 minutes. Any volunteer?
I'll do it in that.
Is the one?
Ramanohar Rai.
Okay, 3 and 4 values. Renu, you are going to? Harshita, I can see that you are unmuted.
That I will cover, sir.
Ajinkya, right?
Yeah, correct.
Okay. Principal 1 and 2.
So I'll try.
Is the one?
Harshita.
Okay. Principal 3 and 4. Srinu. Okay, Srinu, I'm adding you 3 and 4. Okay. 5 and 6. Learn the things. You do the mistakes. I will help you. 5 and 6, who can cover? Anjali, Ashmita, Ayushi, Kamal, Naveen, Praveen. Any volunteers? Guys, what happened?
I will complete the balance things.
Who is the one? Praveen?
Yeah.
Okay. What happened to others? Others, anybody would like to try?
I'll go with 7 and 8, sir.
Okay. 9 and 10. 9 and 10. Okay, I'll add Praveen. 11 and 12. Guys, you are good to come forward. This is going to help you for the faster execution. Nobody? All right. So I'll mention Praveen. Okay. So tomorrow, as we discussed, 5:50 is the class. We'll complete in 10 to 12 minutes. So because tomorrow we are giving the Jira access. Our practical journey will kickstart. Okay. Our practical journey will kickstart tomorrow. I'm going to give the Jira access. Okay. I'm going to give the Jira access to you, and you are good to. Clear on this? Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Please try to come up. Please try to come up with the preparation, so that you know what will happen. You are good to execute.
Thank you, Indra.
All right. No worries. Any more questions around? I have last 1 minute.
Uh, Indra, when can we get this notes, Indra?
I have already uploaded boss. Notes and Q&A I have already uploaded.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Recorded session you will get by 9:30. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Oh, Kamal, you are going to do? Okay. So Kamal, I'll add you then. 11 and 12, I'll add Kamal. Okay. So this is the updated one then. All right. Yeah. Please join tomorrow at 5:50 tomorrow. Only one day. And we'll see you there by tomorrow. Today evening we are having the workshop. Sorry, clarification session at what time? 8:30. Please join there. And any questions, please come forward. We'll spend good amount of the time, and then rest all the things will be taken care. All right. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye.
Recording stopped.
All right.
So for tomorrow's session, if you